Hey everyone, this is Nick Molina with Embrace Tutoring. In this video, we'll be covering number 11 from the Calculator Math section of the College Board Practice Test 10. Remember, these videos provide additional explanations and content review, but you'll always want to attempt the problems independently. Before we begin, do us a favor and subscribe to the link below to receive the most recent videos and practice problems. Okay, let's get started. So here for number 11, it says the table above shows two lists of numbers. Which of the following is a true statement comparing list A and list B? Okay, so it looks like our answer choices are comparing the means with the standard deviation. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about those two terms. So the mean is just a fancy way of saying the average. And the standard deviation is the average distance from the mean. Okay, so keep in mind that the standard deviation is a measure of spread. That's really all you need to know. So we're looking to see the difference between the spread of the data. Okay, so I'm going to quickly find the arithmetic mean, or the average of list A. Okay, so our average, let's do that. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 divided by 6 is 3.5. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for list B. Our average, 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5. We also get 3.5. All right, so far we know that the means are the same. So that if that's the case, we can eliminate option C and option D just based on the fact that they say that the means are different. Okay, so now the last stipulation is that the standard deviations are either the same or they're different. So if we look at the list A, they're all 1 unit apart from each other, versus list B, where we have some clusters of data. We have a cluster of 3s and we have a cluster of 4s. So if we're talking about the spread of the data, or how spread apart the data is, list A is going to be more spread apart because list B has more clusters of 3s and 4s, so it's going to be more clumped together. So it would have a smaller standard deviation because it's less spread. So the standard deviations here are definitely different, which is answer choice A. And that's it. If you want to hang out and I'll show you how to calculate the standard deviation in your calculator, then keep on watching. Okay, so let's say I wanted to calculate the standard deviation using my calculator. Quickly, all I have to do is input these lists into my calculator. So the first thing I'm going to look for is my stat button on the calculator. So the stat button is right next to the left arrow, and I'm going to click on it right here. All right. Next thing you want to do is hit number 1, which is edit. All right, so what you'll notice for me is that I actually have some stuff in my lists currently. Your list may be blank. So if you ever want to clear your list, you can just highlight L1, press clear, and enter. Same thing for list 2. I'm going to go ahead and clear that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put list A into list 1. So once I'm done inputting an element, I'm just pressing enter. And then the same thing for list 2. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay. Now once I have them inputted, I'm just going to quickly go back to the home screen. I'm going to run a statistical test. All right, so I'm going to hit that stat button again, which is next to the left arrow. Now I'm going to go over to the calculate menu, and I'm going to run a 1 variable statistic test, which is number 1. Okay. Now, depending on your calculator, it may prompt you already with list 1 in there. If it doesn't, then I need to tell the calculator I want list 1. So I'm going to hit second, and then I'm going to hit number 1, which will give me list 1. Okay, and I'm going to press enter. All right, I'm going to do the same thing for list 2, and we're going to compare these. Okay, so stats, calculate, 1 variable statistics, and list 2 now. All right. So let's take a look at these. You'll notice that there is an X with a little bar over it for both of these, and that represents your mean. So you'll see they're both 3.5. Okay, and then 4 lines down from that, there's a little circle with a line on top that looks like this symbol. Okay, right here. Right, that happens to be right here and right here. That's the symbol for standard deviation. So you can tell right here that the standard deviation in list 1 is bigger than that in list 2. So that's also evidence to show that the standard deviations are different. Ideally, if you're trying to minimize the time spent on each question, you don't have to run a statistical test like this. You could just identify that list B, its standard deviation was smaller because the numbers were clustered closer together. Okay, and that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this solution or anything in the calculator, or if you solve this one in a different way, please be sure to put them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.